Hi, Deb Gemmell of Debgemmellmods. I'm here at the lake. It's the end of July 2025. So mods is for modifications, so I thought I would start with my latest modification. I knit the Lunenburg, which I was really happy with. Did it in shades of green, blue color, and blue, gray, and light gray that shades into yellow. This is with Briggs & Little Sport and Durasport. So it's rustic and I really love it, but I found the neck way too wide. It came out to here on me, and I didn't find it very comfortable. So I cut at the base of the neck, and I re-knit the neck, and I put short rows in the back of the neck, which this pattern doesn't have. The short rows are on the back just before the split of the sleeves, which is good, but for me it didn't give me enough of height in the back that I like, so I redid the neck. And I'm really happy with it now. Like, look at that. Anyway, it'll be beautiful. I have already worn it several times, lots of times. I like that the Briggs & Little Sport is so light. This is a full-size sweater for me, so it's about 45 inches around. And I think it weighs 350 grams, which is really light. And I love it, and it's warm. Oh, I keep looking. It's really busy around here at this time of the summer. So I waited until my family next door went off on a boat ride. My husband's out kayaking, and I think my neighbor's gonna, he's doing some work over there, and he has a small bobcat over there. I think he'll be firing it up. So if you hear that, and my sister is next door, and I think she's talking to her dog. So it's a bit distracting around here, but busy, busy, busy. So here we are. I'm really happy with this. Glad I did it. I put it off for quite some time, said, oh, I can live with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I thought, you know what? I will wear it a whole lot more if I fix the neckband. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy I did. So that's a modification. As you can see, I'm doing work over here. I couldn't move the ladder. I am recovering the front of this cabin because it gets a lot of the water, a lot of the weather, and it's starting to leak. So I'm covering it with plywood, and then I'm going to put battens on it, so it will look like board and batten. And it's only like really thin plywood, which is fine. It just needs to be covered, and all the seams need to be covered. So hence the ladder. I finally finished, sewed in all the ends this morning. I hate sewing in ends. Anyway, here's my 12-point circular yoke. If you've been here a while, you have seen this over and over and over. But I'm so happy to be done. And I think I will go in the pattern and add, because this is done as a helical with the helical instructions for using 3 colors. But this was so much easier to do a solid 6 rounds of each color. And even though I cut them and had to sew in those ends, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it used up all of the Hempton by Hemp for Knitting, and it's a DK weight, so it's a little heavy. So I need to wet it and block it. Well, I'm not going to block it. I'm just going to wet it and let it dry. And it's going to be really hard here. Like, I have to go down to the lake and put it in the lake to wet it, and then I think it would, cotton hemp, it would take days and days and days to dry if I laid it out. So what I'm gonna do, I think, is hang it on the clothesline there, and it will have a little scalloped edge, I guess, because I think otherwise I won't be able to get it dry here. Although we have a couple sunny days coming. It's supposed to rain a little bit this afternoon, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll probably do that tomorrow, and because we're supposed to have a couple sunny days. It's for my daughter. She tried it on already, and she likes it, so that's fantastic. So I'm glad to have that finished, and then the washing, well, we'll see how that goes. Nothing wrong with the little scalloped edge at the bottom, and that's what I can do here. Otherwise, yeah, I'm stuck. So the other thing, before I get into the ones I'm working on, last week I went to the Sheep to Shawl week in Elliot Lake, put on by the Elliot Lake Arts Center, I think they call it. No, Elliot Lake Arts Club, they call it. And this was their first time doing this, and it was tons of fun. So we started with a fleece, and they showed us about skirting, and we did like a little tiny bit. And then we did carding. I have never done any of this stuff. This is like the black box for me between the sheep, which I've seen sheep, I've fed sheep, and then yarn at the end. So this was the big filling in the black box, all these things I have never done. So we did drum carding, which was lots of fun. And then we did hand carding, which I can see is nice to do, but very slow process. And then we got told, we also got told how the fleece was washed, and they washed the fleece while we were carding. And then the spinning wheels came out, and I have spun once before for like 5 minutes. This is what a spinning wheel does, and I have never spun anything. So now I have. And if you are a spinner, you may want to avert your eyes because it's very sad. But I did it. So are you ready? Yes, it looks like this. It goes from fingering like some that's actually not too bad, up to this. So yes, I hung in there for the first day. I think my sister Linda was saying it looked like steam was coming out of my ears. It was very frustrating. And then this is what I actually did the second day, which was a little easier. Like, it is easier. And yeah, I'm sorry, spinners, like, this is a mess. But anyway, I did it, and I'm gonna try to continue. So this is this is my other spinning. So looks the same. See, big fuzzy bits, thin bits. Yeah, and actually this thinner stuff is someone else's spinning. I took over their wheel and then like made this stuff. Anyway, and then we did dyeing. So this is hand painted, which we did on Wednesday, and then we're giving it back dry on Friday. And this we did natural dyed with lichen that had been stewed over several days, and you had to pull out all the bits of lichen out of it, and we washed it in the lake again. So this is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. So that's with a certain kind of lichen, and I'm sorry I can't tell you what it is because I don't know. And then on Friday, I gave everybody, we were given a skein, singles, and we dyed that too. So I pot dyed this purple, and I hand painted this with 3 colors of yellow, going from a sunshine yellow to a mustard. So that was kind of fun. And then I gave everybody the Magic Symmetry shawl, which is my pattern. I gave that to them because it starts here at a cast on of 5 stitches there. And then you can knit. You can knit until you run out of yarn. So I thought, I am gonna make this out of everything I did that weekend. So nice if I put it on the right side. So this is my pot dye. The purple is my pot dye, not my spinning. This is alpaca, which people were also spinning, so I got some of it, which is much nicer spun than anything I could do. And then this is the lichen dyed, and I doubled it because it was fingering, so that I held that double. And then this is my my hand painted spinning. And so I'm gonna keep going. Now, if you have tried the Magic Symmetry shawl, it makes a scarf, it makes any size, and it continues to be a shallow V with wide wings, which is my preference in a triangle shawl. Anyway, I have discovered that if you change colors on the eyelet row, it's reversible. Isn't that the coolest thing? So that was a discovery for me that I made a couple months ago when I was knitting another one. So that's what I'm doing now. What this does is you work 8 rows in stocking stitch. No, sorry, 8 rows in garter stitch. And then you do 2 magic rows. So you can pick from eyelets with stripes, with a purl ditch. And this is the purl blips, which I'm very in favor of. Like, I really like these. So the difference is, this is eyelets done on the right hand side, like yarn over knit 2 together. And this is purl, yarn over purl 2 together on the wrong side. And here you see the holes. Here you see the holes. And here you see the posts, which I think is really effective if you're using another color. So yeah, so that's where I am with that. So everyone got this pattern, whether you use it or not, that's fine. It's just easy to use when you have an indeterminate amount of yarn, and great for scraps, like small bits of sock yarn, etc. So that was my week, and I will try, like, other people did really nice. Like, other people did, like, this was left over. Someone spun this with alpaca, which is the beigey color, and wool, which is the white, and said, anyone can take this. So I took it, because I'm going to put it in this shawl from my week at the Elliot Lake Arts Club, and they will be holding it again next year. There will be, well, they have plans for more natural dyeing, which was very interesting, and I will be able to come back a year later and see if my spinning has improved any. It was a wild time. And other people do it and it looks so easy, and it is not easy. So now I am watching spinning videos and very envious of people's comfort and relaxation, because I'm afraid for me it's not relaxing. But I have been told in a year I will be amazed. So I am going to look up, I'm sure there's a spinning, I think it's a Spinning and Hand Weavers Guild not so far from me where I live at home. And so I think I will join, and I will probably get way more help than I need, than I can take in. But it might be a good way to keep me on track, even though it's very frustrating and hard. I find it hard, but anyway, it'll come. It'll come. So I finished that. Now I have this V-neck to do, so I have to sew the V across. Oh, mosquito. The V across, and I'm going to start my sleeves on this V-neck pullover there. This is also in fingering weight yarn. So, boy, like fingering weight yarn sweaters, pullovers, because I'm doing 2 at the same time, take for friggin' ever to finish. So this one has been sitting for a while, but I need to start the sleeves, and I have the tiniest ball, I don't know where I put it, the tiniest, like it's about this big, of green left from this stripe. So I am going to start the sleeve with that and see if I can do the 2 sleeves the same width, and then it'll be navy blue. So I will be winding navy blue to get this started, and I will probably do them at the same time again. So I'll be able to show you that. I'm gonna try to take sew the V together, tack the V down, and then take a picture, and this will be a interim photo on the front of the pattern, which I will have to put a little disclaimer saying, yes, I am knitting the sleeves right now. I could even do a picture of me knitting the sleeves. So this is the other one that you have seen, and if you've been with me for a little while, like, you're seeing the same sweaters over and over because of their fingering weight, and I'm doing 2 at the same time, and it plus the other project, so that it takes a lot of time. What I'm hoping to do is to be able to wear a fingering weight sweater as a top, not over something, over a t-shirt, over a shirt. I would like to be able to knit fingering weight garments that I would wear by themselves, and I have never done that before. So this is a new venture for me. So here's my hand knitting. This is Shell Ridge 8020 in Hunter Green, and it is beautiful. And I find I have to be so much more careful. Like, I can see all the rest when I put it to rest for a little while. I can see that shows, but it'll all come out when it gets washed. So I'm this far down from my underarm, and I think what I'm going to do is start the hip shaping so that it's a bit A-lined, and then I think I will wear it. I could wear it over leggings. I could wear it over, maybe if it's big enough, I could wear it over jeans. Anyway, so I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna do a video of how I do my twisted stitches, which is all these are, twisted stitches. Can you see that? I do them so that they're a little bit raised against the stocking stitch background. So they are quite high. Yeah, so I don't know if I've come up with the left twist myself, but anyway, I have something that's working for me that I'm quite happy with, and I'm going to do a video for that. Yes. So I am doing that, and so since I finished one project, I get to pick up another project. So I come up to Northern Ontario for 10 weeks in the summer, and there we go. And we have a very rustic style cabin that we live in. I think there's 200 square feet, and we have a bunkie where our bed is. That's 100 square feet, and that's what we live on. And oh, yes. So I didn't know how many projects to bring, so I brought about 7. So this is one that I haven't worked on since I got here, but I can show you a little bit. So where's my cast on? There we are. So I'm knitting a big triangle out of Linda's Shell Ridge 8020 again. And this will be Strange Brew, where she puts all the colors together and slides them into each other. So this is like I don't know if you can see the green, a little bit of blue green, really pretty. And then, so I'm making a big triangle there, and then I have a bit more to go, but here at the end of the triangle, I am going to switch to Hunter Green, which I have been knitting a lot of. Hunter Green, there, here. And then this green, as I go across this is going to be a rectangle with pointy ends. A rectangle. So the green will be here, and then in the next triangle, it'll be here, and then here, and then here, and then here. So it'll be this big green zigzag against this blue-green triangle. So lots of garter stitch, which is fine. I can watch lots of podcasts, and I don't have to worry so much because it's garter stitch about my tension. Whereas the green pullover, I feel like I have to be careful. And in the garter stitch, I'm not at all worried. So I picked up that one. There. So that's what I'm knitting. So I'm gonna pick up my sleeves on this V-neck and continue with my green V-neck, and then work on this shawl, and I can work on the Magic Symmetry shawl from my week at Elliot Lake Arts Club. And I will be going back next year, so they're thinking maybe it will be in August next year, which would be fun. And several of the days were outside. So we were outside on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday we did dyeing. Thursday they did a bit of wet felting, and I did some spinning, wet felting. And then on Friday we started the knitting, just to take home. Anyway, to finish the process. So it was really fun, and this is a new venture for them. And quite a few people came, and quite a few people from out of town came. There was only 7 of us, which was a great number for them to start with, but I expect it to be bigger, get it bigger fairly soon. The other thing is I was at my sister's place, and she has all the cabin fever samples from when Cabin Fever was putting out new patterns and our books. So my daughter's curling team member has had a baby, and so I am going to send her a couple of the samples here's the first one there. So this is out of the Baby V book, and this is my designs, top down in cotton tweed. There, isn't that cute? So that'll be nice for a little girl. I think it's probably about a year size, but that'll be in the spring for her. There. So that's out of the Baby V book, which is available on Ravelry. And this is a single pattern, and this is called Neapolitan. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So, combination of stocking stitch and garter. Again, top down, straight, top down cardigan. This will be, I don't know how old this is, like 18 months maybe? I'm not sure anymore. But I'm going to send that because it's my design and I knit it, so then she gets something that I had knit. And this is one of many patterns, V-necked patterns for babies to 18 months. That's in the Baby V booklet. So yeah, and it has a little scalloped edging on the top and on the bottom. Anyway, so I was happy to find those, and I know we did a lot of children's patterns. So if you're looking for little people patterns, check out Cabin Fever on Ravelry. You can find it on my profile page, Debgemmellmods. Yeah, we did a lot of patterns, like 160 plus 11 books. So this one's from a book, and this one's a single pattern. So that's what I'm working on, besides doing work on my cabin and generally enjoying my family, and my grandson's here, so that's lots of fun. And later I'm gonna do some more. I have to cover right here, and I have to cut around the windows. I'm the one that does this work, and we have a compound of family, so my cousin is 4 lots over from me, and I think he has a jigsaw, so I have to go over there later and see if he has a jigsaw I can borrow to do the cutout. And my husband does all the painting, so that's what I'm doing this summer, and I think we have several sunny days ahead of us, so I'm gonna try to block the 12-point circular and see how that goes. I think the only way I can get it dry is to hang it up. I think that's cotton hemp is gonna be a bit harder to dry. Anyway, the sun will be shining. Hopefully we'll have a nice breeze and it'll dry and my daughter can take it home with her. So I hope your summer is going as well. We're having a good time here, and things will quiet down after the long weekend, and I still have about 3 weeks after that, so I will be able to get back to my knitting. Right now I'm sort of sneaking knitting in between family activities, but yeah, I hope you're having a fun summer, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Bye for now. I'm going to show you a right twist and a left twist that sort of raise the twisted stitches up against a stocking stitch background. So this is the right twist first. So I'm going to do a right twist right here. Knit 2 together. And then go in between those 2 stitches and knit the first stitch again. And then take them both off. So you can see that this has switched over to towards the right. Okay, and then this is the left, which is a little bit different. So slip the first stitch as if to knit, and then put it back on the needle point to point so that it's open. Knit into the back of the second stitch. There, and then knit these 2 stitches together through the back loops. There we go, and there's the left. And I'll do this one again. Knit 1 in between, that's my pattern. Okay, to the left. Slip as if to knit, put it back on the needle tip to tip so that it's open. Knit into the back of the second stitch, and then knit through the back loops, knit 2 together through the back loops. There you go. So there's 2 that I did to the left and 1 that I did to the right.